Have you ever felt that strange numbness in your legs? Maybe it starts as a soft tingling, like pins and needles, or a faint buzzing sensation in your calves or toes. It may creep in while you're sitting, while you're lying in bed, or even when you're simply standing still. You might have brushed it off as just part of getting older. But here's something important: it's not just age, and more importantly, it's not something you have to live with. Leg numbness and tingling are common, yes, but they're also messages. Messages from your body that something needs attention. Maybe it's poor circulation, maybe it's nerve pressure, maybe you've simply been sitting too long without movement. The good news? You can respond to these messages. And you can do it without medications, expensive devices, or complicated routines. In this guide, we're going to explore 5 simple but powerful daily habits. Each one is gentle, safe, and designed specifically for people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, and when done consistently, they can dramatically improve how your legs feel, giving you back sensation, strength, and most of all, confidence. Let's begin. 1. Seated leg stretches, releasing the sciatic nerve. The sciatic nerve is the largest nerve in your body. It runs from your lower back, through the hips and buttocks, all the way down to your feet. As we age, many of us experience subtle pressure on this nerve, caused by tight hips, weak glutes, or simply sitting too long. That pressure can lead to numbness, tingling, burning, or a strange buzzing that seems to appear out of nowhere. The solution? Create space for the nerve to breathe. Seated leg stretches, especially the seated figure 4 stretch, are gentle and effective. Here's how. Sit on a sturdy chair. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Sit up tall, then slowly lean forward at the hips. Hold the position for 30 seconds. Switch sides. This releases tension deep in the hips and glutes, the very areas that often trap the sciatic nerve. Doing this once or twice a day can noticeably reduce symptoms. Real story. Robert, 74. Robert had constant buzzing in his legs that kept him up at night. Medications didn't help, but 3 weeks of consistent stretching gave him what he called his first peaceful sleep in months. His nerves weren't failing, they just needed more space. 2. Elevate your legs for 15 minutes. Let gravity help you. Over time, gravity works against us. The veins in our legs have to push blood upward to our heart, a task that becomes harder with age. When blood starts to pool in the lower legs, you feel it: swelling, heaviness, numbness, and tingling. But what if you could flip the script? By simply lying on your back and elevating your legs above your heart for 15 minutes a day. You help gravity work for you. Blood drains, fluid moves, pressure eases. Here's how. Lie flat on your back. Place your calves on a few pillows, an ottoman, or even up against a wall. Breathe deeply. Rest. Real story. Susan, 70. Susan started doing this every afternoon with soft music playing. 2 weeks later, her legs felt lighter, and the pins and needles after sitting had nearly vanished. This habit costs nothing, takes no more than a chapter of a book, but it gives your legs a break they desperately need. 3. Morning ankle pumps and toe curls. Start the day with circulation. When we sleep, our bodies slow down, circulation is reduced, muscles and nerves go quiet. That's why those first few steps out of bed can feel stiff, or worse, tingly and unsteady. But there's a fix, and it takes less than 2 minutes. Ankle pumps and toe curls are gentle movements that reawaken your legs before you even get out of bed. While lying down, point your toes forward, then pull them back toward you. Repeat 10 to 15 times. Curl your toes tightly, hold for a second, then release. Repeat 10 times. These small actions do big things. They stimulate blood flow, wake up nerves, and prepare your legs for safe, balanced movement. Real story. Paul, 76. Paul used to feel like his legs were asleep every morning. Now, after a minute of ankle pumps and curls, he rises with more confidence and fewer stumbles. Your morning doesn't need to start in discomfort. It can begin with strength. 4. Orthopedic footwear. Support that starts at the ground. Every step you take sends pressure up through your feet and into your legs. But if your feet are unsupported, that pressure becomes strain. Over time, it can irritate nerves, cause pain, and lead to numbness or tingling. Supportive footwear, especially shoes with arch alignment, changes that. What to look for. Firm arch support that matches your foot shape. Cushioned sole to absorb shock. Wide toe box for natural foot movement. Real story. Alice, 73. Alice loved soft slippers around the house, until she started getting numb toes. A physical therapist suggested orthopedic shoes. Within days, she noticed a change. It wasn't my nerves, she said, it was my shoes. Your legs don't just need movement, they need a solid foundation. Start with your feet. 5. Warm and cold foot soaks, a ritual that heals. Our feet carry us through life, but at the end of the day, they're often swollen, tired, or buzzing with discomfort. A simple soak can change that. Alternating warm and cold water stimulates blood flow, reduces inflammation, and reawakens nerve endings. Try this. Prepare 1 basin with warm water, 1 with cool. Soak feet in warm for 3 minutes, then cold for 1. Repeat 3 to 4 cycles, ending with cold. Real story. Harold, 78. Years of diabetes left Harold with neuropathy, but this nightly ritual made a surprising difference. His feet stopped buzzing. It's the first time I felt relief without pills. He said, these soaks aren't just relaxing, they're healing, and they remind your body it's still alive, still responsive, still capable of change. Final thoughts. Choose one. Feel the difference. Maybe you're wondering, do I really have time to do all 5 of these? Here's the truth. You don't need to start with everything. Start with 1. Just 1 change, a stretch in the morning, an evening soak, better shoes, can begin to restore your confidence. Your legs have carried you through decades of movement, of work, of life. Now it's time to return the favor. You deserve to walk without fear, to rise without pain, to feel your steps as you take them. With a little attention, some gentle care, and a bit of consistency, that numbness can fade, that tingling can ease, and you can begin to feel truly connected to your body again. So, what will you try first? Your next step is yours to take. Thank you for reading. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone else who might need it. Let's support each other in aging with strength, with grace, and with feeling in our legs once more.